Hi everybody, this is Rich of the Rich Maxwell channel. Welcome back. If you're new here, this channel is all about drones and photography and just generally cool gadgets. So this video I'm going to talk about the top accessories for the MAVIC Air. So recently picked up this amazing drone and have been having loads of fun with it, but I thought I'd just make a quick video to show 4 really good accessories that you can pick up very inexpensively that will really help you capture great footage and have the most possible fun with your MAVIC Air. Number 1, first of all, what you should get straight away for your MAVIC Air is an SD card. So it's a micro SD card that you'll need, and specifically because this shoots in 4K at 100 megabits per second, you need a really fast card. So I bought the SanDisk Extreme. This one is a U3 card, so it's more than capable of handling the 4K high speed that's necessary for this drone. So that's to start off with. This is a 64 gigabyte one. I recommend buying just 64s so that if you're out filming and say you had a really big card, you might just film for hours, and then if you lost your drone, you've lost all that footage. Whereas if you've got a few 64 gigabytes instead, then at least you'll have hopefully a card safe from earlier on in the day, so you'll still have some footage. So yeah, it's nicer to have just the smaller cards, and like I say, you could just go for one really big card, but yeah, they're pretty cheap for 64 gigabyte ones, and that will get quite a bit of footage on anyway. So definitely get yourself an SD card. It has got 8 gig of storage built into the MAVIC Air, but that's not really going to last you too long, especially if you've got a few batteries in the Fly More combo. So get an SD card, make sure it's a U3 one, and a good make like a SanDisk or possibly Integral I've used before successfully. Stay away from the unknown brands on Amazon that you can see really cheap, as they can fail on you and then lose you all your footage. So get a good card. I highly recommend that as your first accessory. And next up then, I've got a couple of new things lately. So I've bought this parabolic range extender, which goes on the antennas of the remote and adds to the range. This is off Amazon. I'm not sure what the company is, but I'll put a link in the description to it. So it just slots onto the aerials of the remote control, and then it makes your signal stronger. So it's just a bit of a safety thing really. Obviously the worst thing that could happen is you lose your drone because you lose signal. So picked up this for £8 on Amazon, just slots on like so. I think it's actually meant to go on the other way around like that, and that just amplifies the signal from the remote. Brilliant little accessory. They're so cheap. I just recommend those definitely, and it folds up nice and neatly to go in your bag, and it's pretty solid, not going to break when it's folded. Great little accessory. Also, you might be able to keep some SD cards in there, so another little use for it that you might not have thought of. So that's a great little accessory to pick up. Next up, you might want to consider getting a landing and launch pad. So these are often bright yellow or bright blue. This one's got 2 sides, so a bright blue and a bright orange side, and it's obviously just so your drone can launch off it. The way these drones work in terms of registering their home point is that they look down through their sensors for a high contrasty area that they kind of register as the start point, and then we'll look for when they do a return to home. So that's why it's really helpful to have a landing pad for that reason. And also because this has like fans on it that can otherwise suck up dust and muck off the floor if you're not careful, and also if you're taking off on grass, there could be long grass that could hit the propeller blades, which isn't ideal, could damage your drone. So that's why you should have a launch pad for your drone. Those could be picked up really cheap as well, just a tenner on Amazon, so no reason not to pick that up as well. Folds up nice and small, so you can get it in your camera bag really easily. And next up, accessory that I highly recommend is filters. These are just budget ones from Niwa. They're sort of a budget brand for photography gear. They actually make some really good stuff, and these filters are no exception. I think these were about £15 for 3 of them, and these are polarized ND filters. So there's various grades of ND filters, and what these will do for you is when you shoot in really bright conditions, the MAVIC Air doesn't have any sort of aperture adjustment, so it will lower the ISO down to 100, and then also it will higher the frame rate. The frame rate for recording video, to get the most cinematic, nice motion blur to the footage, needs to ideally be double the frame rate that you've chosen to shoot at. So if you've chosen to shoot at 30 frames per second, you should be aiming for a shutter speed of 60 frames per second to give you the best smooth, nice footage that you want to see. So that's where the filters come in. So if say it's a really bright day, the Mavic would default to maybe sort of like, you know, a crazy high shutter speed like 2000. Putting a really dark ND filter on there can bring it back down to near that 1/60th shutter speed that you need to get the nice smooth video. So those are the 4 things, 4 accessories, essential accessories that I'd get for the Mavic Air. Straight away, these are all the budget options. In terms of filters, you can spend a lot more on these. Polar Pro filters are the sort of well-known top brand for filters, but I'm happy with these Neewer ones, or Neewer ones, whatever they're called. They look really well made, they're polarized, and yeah, I've got a good selection there, so going to hopefully get to try those out when the weather's a bit brighter. Here in England at the moment it's pretty dull, so I probably haven't even got much use for them yet, but pick them up anyway. So yeah, I hope this video is helpful, and hopefully you can start picking up some of these accessories and have great fun with your Mavic Air. So I've put links in the description to all of these accessories, so feel free to check those out and buy through those links, as that can help support my channel. More videos to come soon, so please consider subscribing, and if you like this video, give it a like and a thumbs up down below, and hope to see you all again here soon. Thanks for joining me. Bye for now.